The Way of Kush here, sending with another one. This video is about the chosen ones. If you're not a chosen one, then I don't know what to say. Probably click off this video. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you don't know. So, us chosen ones, in this world we struggle to fit in. We find that everywhere we go, we just don't fit in. We're like a puzzle that's has a odd shape and doesn't fit anywhere within the puzzle. Everywhere we go, since a little child, we've been trying to find our place, but it seems that we don't really mesh in with the people who we interact with. If this resonates with you, hit the like. So we feel like everyone around us is, not to be rude, but kind of like bots. When we interact with them, like, we find it hard to feel what we want to really express. Like, our conversations with others do not really connect. We feel like people are like stuck in this 3D world. So if you talk to somebody about, do you understand what this matrix is and why we're stuck in it? We get this blank stare. We get people who really don't really understand. Like, they're so stuck within celebrity, trends, money, that any other subject that we try to bring up, they can't really relate to it. And you feel like really stuck. Like, having a conversation, you almost like phase out. I've been finding that like through my whole life. So I don't really understand until I got onto YouTube and I found others just like me. So, sorry, this is my first video. No cut. Some of us are born very curious. We ask like questions like, why do we work? Why do we earn our wages just to get that small bit? And we didn't have time for ourselves to fully rest and incorporate all the ideas within ourselves. Like, why do we spend most of our time working for somebody else, and in the end we just get like scraps, really scraps? And with that, you repeat the cycle again. It feels like I'm kind of stuck in like a trap, really. If you feel like this, then I'm telling you, you're not alone. And during our not schooling, indoctrination, we just are fed so many lies. Like, why are we being taught this will never have no impact on my future? And like, these things don't really resonate with us. I feel like a very different, like stuck out, like you stick out like a sore thumb, honestly. But, and within those confines that we call school, job, work, we don't feel alive at all. We ask like very, very questions, a lot of questions about our reality. And trying to express that to somebody else will just get you ostracized. Will get you out of the pack. They'll be like, oh, this guy's weird. Bro, what is he talking about, bro? Let's just talk about what happened last day or Sunday. Yeah, the sport, yeah. We fucking watched the football, whatever. It really kills you inside. So, I'm really uploading this video to, you know, have some expressive outlet that I feel very, very, very alone. So, and anyone that we do have a connection with, they're very far away and they split up. Only way we can have some meaningful interaction is where we watch videos, or if you're lucky enough to find a person, which not many of us are, feels like you're trapped in like a massive prison. Like, this planet is just made for you to suck all the energy out of you and keep you in a state of imprisonment where you just focus on one thing and one thing only, or multiple of things, but they're distracting you from what's really going on. Chosen ones really have a curious soul to find out what's really going on. You can't really be like, their souls they cannot be trapped to be blind. They need to be free, really. So with that, I have been exploring and trying to find out what's really up, because you're really, really trapped. So I found this book called Brave New World. This book has like given me so much insight into why we are the way we are. Like, I'll just get to it, man. Fuck. This is a summary. So, Brave New World is a dystopian novel that explores a future society driven by technological advancements and state control. Sounds familiar? In the book, humans are artificially created and conditioned for predetermined roles, and humans are split into caste systems, just like how we are today. Like, whether it's your race, your social status, or whatever it is, it's dividing us into little subsects of groups that we have a purpose, like a specific purpose that they want us to fulfill, and roles. And if you deviate from any of those, you're looked out as a outcast. And everyone wants to feel the feeling of being accepted. So usually we lose some people who are meant to be chosen, but not everyone's meant to be chosen. Right, I had to sit down, yeah. But yeah, but I'm back to it. So reading and consuming media is some ways we get hints into exploring and figuring out what's really going on. So I found this book. You guys should read it. It's called Brave New World. So I'll just give you a little summary of what it is, yeah? So Brave New World is a dystopian novel that explores a future society driven by technological advancements and state control. Sounds familiar? In the book, humans are artificially created and conditioned for predetermined roles. Humans are split into caste systems, from Alpha all the way to Epsilon or Zeta. I forgot what it was, but so pretty much Zetas and Epsilons are the laborers, and those are designed, those children, which eventually become adults, they're designed to become laborers and not to think much and consume. And there's at the top end is our alphas. They get the most freedom, and they're like the top of the pack. So they're essentially the smartest that they're told, and they're like raised to be the smartest, told they're the smartest, that they don't have to work these menial jobs, and they pretty much run the whole area. So pretty much the main themes that are explored in this book are the loss of individuality, consumerism, and conformity. In the society, there is this notion that bad feelings are like negative feelings are bad. So whenever you get like a negative feeling, you go and they treat you. Sometimes they give you soma, sometimes they program you with this repetition and hypnotherapy, all to get you to come back or condition you to be a part of this society, pretty much. There are three main characters within this, that I really followed within this book. So the first one is called Lelina Crown. She herself is told, like everyone else, that she must have multiple partners to fulfill everything, like emotions within her. And that's how everyone in that society operates. And if you look for just one partner, you're seen as strange. And she has this very this pull to one person called Henry, and later in the book, John. She just wants one partner. She just seeks one partner, and she goes along eventually with the story, seeking multiple partners because that's what's meant for her. Okay, and that's her main struggle within this book. It like really pulls into. It really relates to our society, how we're seen as very weird, that sometimes some of us, we don't seek sexual relationships or emotional relationships with others, and multiple others. I mean, like, we just like want that one partner or peace or whatnot. There's this other character called Bernard Marx. Sorry, he is born as an alpha, right? So he should be the top of the social status, social class. He struggles because there was something in his birth which made him shorter and like less attractive to all the other people. So he's like an alpha that's lacking, really, and he struggles finding partners and like the roles in the society, like of being this top alpha, getting these jobs and all this stuff like that. So he starts to despise it, but the thing is that he's like a walking contradiction, because later in the book, sorry for spoilers, he actually attains everything that he despises, and it shows us the contradiction of us in humans, because some of us, we're quick to point out what we don't like about this society, but as soon as we acquire these wealth or status or this place in society, we can quickly switch up and become the thing that we hate the most. And that's like, it gave me a really insight to how to move within this so-called Matrix 3 operation. And lastly, there's this one of the main characters that I followed was John the Savage. John, he was different to those two other characters I explained. He was from outside the society. So, but his mother was grown all the way to a certain age. I think mid-20s or 30s, around there. And she took a trip outside the reservation, and she was left there for dead. And so she pretty much continued her life, but she was broken because all of the drugs, the soma, and everything that they conditioned you within that society was all gone. She decided, she ended up having this child called John with one of the outside savages. John had a really bad time growing up because he didn't fit within the outsiders and within the confines of the society, which he later comes in with. It was because how his mother still had that those values of promiscuity, and it's not his mother's fault because they're all raised to act and behave a certain way that conforms to the society. So in his childhood, the kids would pick on him because his mom would sleep with others. His mother did that to feel like the role that she was bred to do. And within the society, he just didn't feel like he was a part of them. So Lenina and Bernard end up meeting throughout the story and taking a trip outside the reservation with the director, the society, sorry. And so they introduce him back into it, and he's looked as an animal, very different, because he can't fit in with the normal crowd because the way that his mother really affected his societal status outside the reservation. So he's looked as an outcast, and when he comes within the outcast, the insider society, he doesn't fit in either. He liked Shakespeare. Shakespeare was one of the books that was banned within the society, because within that society, the enclosed one, not the free one that he was a part of, they banned books, literature, to get you to hate certain things and program you to love certain things. So anything that was literature that expanded your mind, they got rid of that shit. And he really loved Shakespeare. And once he came back into the society, he found it hard to really connect with other people. He wanted a partner, but everyone was promiscuous, and the ideas that he had in his mind and the way he spoke, because he really loved Shakespeare and he really loved all these ideas, people would ostracize him. Like, once he became inside that closed society, the ones where they banned everything, so they just looked at him as a amusement, like a zoo animal, and that led to different things. I'll let you figure out in reading the book. It's a very good book. Really encourage you to read this book. I'll just give you like little excerpt from like a little summary from chapter 2. I'll start reading now. The director explains, after 200 repetitions of the same, the children will have an instinctive hatred of books and flowers. A hatred for books is ingrained in the lower class to prevent them from wasting the community's time reading books that might decondition them. The motivation for instilling a hatred for flowers is more complicated. The director explains that gammas, deltas, and epsilons were conditioned to like flowers and nature in general. The idea was to compel them to visit the country more often and consume transport. But since nature is free, they consume nothing other than transportation. In order to increase the consumption of goods, the world state decided to abolish love of nature while preserving the desire to use transportation. The lower class are now conditioned to hate the countryside, but to love country sports. But all country sports in the world state require elaborate apparatus, which means more tools and like hockey sticks and expensive things like, for sport. As a result, the lower caste now pay for both transportation and manufactured goods when they travel to the country for sporting events. This is kind of like, it's hitting on a soft spot, because how do we know that we're not conditioned to not love nature and everything? We're like stuck in a box in the city, really. Is it because of your love for nature, or is it how you're conditioned to? And if you roam outside of there, you're pretty much free. So you're not connected to the government. You can fend for yourself. You can provide for yourself. And what use is the government then? Like, it really opens up your mind to what, like, the parallels between this book and society as well. It's not a spoken thing, but it's within the media and the books, the movies, everything that we consume that teaches us subconsciously not to love nature. Like, when was the last time, like, you got a group of friends and went out for a nature walk or went camping or hiking without, like, within nature, without everything you need, and learning about nature so you can actually know what fruits, what to consume, really. I think the society we live in, it doesn't teach us about how to live outside of the city. We're told, get a job, make money and all this stuff that some of us chosen ones we don't really resonate with. We look at society as a hamster wheel. Like, it doesn't really connect with us. And everywhere we look, we're given the same answers, and we're like beaten into our heads that this is the way things should be. Like, if you ever ask someone, do you ever really want to work, or you ever explore what's outside of work, or learn why we're here? They'll just, as I said earlier, they'll give you this blank stare. They'll look at you funny, and it really hits hard. Yeah, but anyways, back at it again, ascending with Kush. That's the end of the video. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. I'm really looking forward to connecting with anyone who resonates with these videos. I'm gonna start making more of them. I was really inspired by if you're one of the video creators, I can't name them all, but yeah, Alter Ego Sean, let's name one, Son of God, anyone, yeah. It just, yeah, comment down below, because I feel like I need some sort of connection to stimulate me, or nigga will go crazy. Anyways, I'm out, bro.